So she's proper stuck. We've got piles of bees outside most hives. So I've opened it up, both boxes jam-packed. It's finally time to start grafting and making our own queens. The eggs I want are in this, around this area here. We are officially making rapeseed honey. So I said earlier on when we started doing these recordings for YouTube, I got into beekeeping through having an accident. Just had a little up, so I thought I'd make life easy for myself and I'd drop the supers off right in front of the bees by driving down the track. Well, you may also remember I've done this once before on this site as well. Vic's obviously over the moon with me. So she's proper stuck. So crack on. I'll carry what I can down to the bees. I've rung the farmer up. He's coming with a tractor. Obviously, he's going to give me a penalty price now of several jars of honey, which obviously I'm more than happy to provide, given the circumstances, and pulling me out the literally the shite again. I will learn one day. I can hear Mike. He's coming to save the day. So what we have here is a serious case of ambition getting the better of ability. Vic's happy though. She's got a crisp. She always says to me, mate, not quite long enough that.
It's worked long way, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, it filled the pram.
I bet you get comments saying I want to have done that.
Yeah. Do you want me to lift jockey wheel up?
I'll take the strip. Pressure first.
All right. Like I'm actually doing anything here. I just don't know what to do without my hand signals there. Well, it's going to get expensive keep doing this. Vic says I'm still not a lady unimog. I think this justifies the reason I should have one. Anyway, clover's just starting to flower on the right side. Turning it right round. Who's this now coming at tracks? Someone else to laugh at me. Yes, I'm stuck. I'll just say it's Mark doing his trailer test. Mark's just apologising to that lady there. Yeah, sorry, just got stuck. Again. Well, he's on trailer, mate. My turn. I think once it's out road slide we'll be alright, you know what I mean? But and brake off. And we're off. Whee! And we're out. Say mate, you're a legend. It cost me a fucking fortune in honey this, innit? That's spot on that.
Right, if you wanted it.
Are you sure?
You need the pallet, won't you?
I've got one on thingy, haven't I? Ciao friend, I bring you doing this. This is it, yeah? Sound. Well, I'm ball that on there then. I didn't get that stuck. So after an hour of messing about with the truck and trailer and digging it out, need to bring the strimmer up here next time I come up. I didn't realise how much the grass had grown in front of these hives. But when I come up before, they were mad busy, and then all of a sudden, yeah, after it's been, what's it been? 2 weeks. A lot of breed there, that's why. They're kind of good colony, those. They're on the verge of just moving up into these supers, these. Can you see how that's same, got a smattering of bees up in? I won't be shocked if we find a cell in this one. Just because there's so many bees and there's brood right to the edge. There she is. So it's 6 o'clock on Friday night. So while you're all having a glass of something cold at home watching a nuke video, we've come up to the Rapeseed. So definitely smell nectar, which is fantastic, but there's something concerning me. We've got piles of bees outside most hives. Just sat on the floor, or dying, or well, it's chilled. And if I didn't know better, I'd say it's poisoning. There's just piles and piles of dead bees. Or still bees just... on every single one, pulling on the legs. I'd definitely say that's some sort of poisoning, which is worrying, to say the least, as you can imagine. It's either that or the cold, but I don't know. So we're going to go inside, have a look at them anyway, and report what we see. We're just out for a little bit of Sunday beekeeping and maintenance. Some of these hives have got a fair bit of grass growing in front of them. We're due inspections, we've not been here for 2.5 to 3 weeks. The hawthorn is just coming into blossom now. I can see it and I can certainly smell it. Sorry, the chestnut and things like that are just starting. So there's bits of pollen and flowers coming out now, as you can see. So won't be long now till this site's giving. It was actually a great spring site last year. So I'm looking forward to potential crop. We've just about managed to get it on the field. This end's still really too wet. So it just shows how much moisture is still in the ground. But to be honest, that can be a good thing once everything starts to bloom. In fact, I'm just looking at this bramble now, and it's just starting to get buds on it as well. So I think we're probably 2-3 weeks off a decent spring flowing nectar flow here. So like I said, we'll get our heads in these hives. Bit of maintenance going on, just a bit of a tidy up, and lovely warm today, it's gorgeous. So fingers crossed now we've seen the last of that horrible wet weather. So whilst I remember, when we were up at one of the Rapeseed sites the other day, I mentioned about all the dead bees and clustered bees outside the hives. Now, when we went in, slightly out of breath. So when we went in, everything seemed fine, just loads of bees, the hives are jam-packed. So the only thing I can think of, there were no signs of obvious poisoning or anything like that. They've literally just been clustered outside. We had a frosty night last week, and they've just got cold and succumbed to that. So nothing too much to worry about. Obviously, it's just a case of obviously that many bees in the box. Whilst we're on the subject of that many bees in the box, this is one that we showed a couple of weeks ago on double brood. So I've opened it up, both boxes jam-packed with bees, and on the bottom of the frames of the top box we're starting to get swarm cells with eggs in them. So I'm gonna have to do something about it. I've skimmed a bit of brood off, give it to a weaker colony, and now these we're gonna have to do some split or two on it. So otherwise we're gonna lose this colony to the trees, which we don't want. So as I've said, we're probably about a week, we're probably about 2 weeks to 3 off a proper decent flow here, I think, as long as the weather's nice. But These boxes are literally jam-packed wall to wall. So what it's a case of now is obviously just trying to keep them in the boxes until the flow starts. I mean, they've got stores, great laying patterns and stuff like that. What we might do, I've just opened one box there and it's probably only on 3 frames of brood. The queen ain't doing that well, to be honest. So whether that's because they're just low on numbers or it's a failing queen, we're yet to see. But some of these bigger colonies, I'll just skim some of the brood off. We'll give them to the weaker just to balance them out a little bit. Buy us a bit of time till that flow starts, and by then all this brood should have hatched and they should be well away. So, but as you can see there, Vic's just pulled the frame out and it's just wall to wall brood in them, which is great for bee numbers, but not great when there's not a flow on. A little round up for this site then. There's just the start of a flow on. There's a nice amount of nectar just going into the brood boxes. Nothing upstairs as yet. But as I said, I think we're only a couple of weeks off that before they start piling this nectar in into the supers. But everything's really, really strong. A couple of them too strong. It's just a balancing act, isn't it? Getting it right. So you've enough bees to maximise the flow without them swarming. So yeah, rob some brood out of a couple to give to a couple of others. But other than that, like I said, they're all really, really strong, looking really, really good. I'll be gobsmacked if I don't get stung here again in the face. So yeah, happy with that. I just need to bring some more hives up here, to be honest. Like I say, it was really, really good flow here last year, so I want to make sure I get as much of that nectar as I can. It's just lined with hawthorn bushes and brambles. So yeah, so I'll bring some more nukes up here and some more colonies. I've got some in a couple of sites closer to home, so we'll fetch those up next week. So weekly inspections here now, that's for sure, because we don't want these bees ending up in the trees. I popped up here, I actually came up to check on those nukes there, just make sure they've got enough feed and whatnot, because it's been playing on my mind a little bit, because I should have topped them up last week, but I didn't. I was edging on the fact that they'd be okay with the flow. But I couldn't resist but peek my head in some of these busy hives up on the OSR or the canola, depending on where you're from, and I can't hide the fact how excited I am. That is a full super of bees, and that's already a heavy frame of nectar. We are officially making rapeseed or canola honey. So this is a 10 frame super, and that's bees all over 10 frames. So, and they're just moving up into the second super now. It's set to get warmer even still. Yeah, at last. So yeah, set to get warmer next week. So we don't want it too warm, we want it to keep flowering and flowering. It's only about 2 feet tall at the minute, so there's a lot to go yet. And you can see see if I can show you the pollen on the heads of the bees where they're going into the rapeseed. So at last, it's finally time to start grafting and making our own queens. So I actually came here 2 days ago to put together a cell builder, which is what we have here. So this is a hopeless queenless colony, just loads and loads of capped brood, emerging brood, nurse bees, which we'll have a peek in a sec, and then we'll just go into one of our breeder queens. We'll select the right frame of brood, and then I'll show you how we go about our grafting. So this is one of our breeder queen colonies. We've got several dotted about, so they're purposely kept on the small side. Nice and calm, as you can see. Ideal parent stock. And I can actually see on that frame a glisten of nectar. So what we're looking for is a frame of 2-day-old eggs just hatched into larvae, so that nice little C shape. You see a nice brood pattern there from this breeder queen. There's a little bit on that one, just on the outside. In fact, she's on the back side of this frame. So there she is. But the majority of that is a little bit too mature. So that's the frame we're going to choose. Just shake all the bees off. And I'm going to try and set you up so you're just looking over my shoulder. So we've got a frame of our eggs that we've chosen. And under the dampened towel, we've got our cell cups. So I've gone for a trial of a different kind this year. So I've gone for this luminous yellow kind, luminous green or whatever it is, as well as the standard brown ones, just to see if it makes any difference. So like I say, dampened towel, our frame of eggs, which for what strange that I actually prefer to do upside down. So I can see the ideal age of eggs in this area here, all around the outside. So she's laid up, this is mature larvae, and then obviously it gets younger on the way out to on the extremities here with freshly laid eggs. So the eggs I want are in this around this area here on both sides of the frame. So hopefully we can get enough for those 4 bars. So my preferred grafting tool is the cheap Chinese grafting tool. Now I buy these about 50 at a time. We do go through quite a few during the season, but not only that, it's for every decent one you get, there's probably 5 bad ones. So you do go through a few. So I like to bend the tip slightly and obviously moisten it, and then I moisten it in between grafting as well. So we'll take our first bar out. Now the moistened towel just keeps the larvae moist whilst we continue grafting. Going down the side of the cell. There we go. And we just push it inside. 1. About right, and there's some mud going just to start grafting. That's one done. That goes under the towel to keep it moist. As I said, there is a bit of a nectar flowing at the moment, which is ideal, and there's plenty of pollen coming in. So that's what we want for our cell builder. Another one. One thing I have noticed with these green ones, the cell cups are a little bit deeper. So it'll be interesting to see if that makes a difference at all. That's that one. There we go. First one I picked up out the packet, that is spot on. Knock the veil on. I'll get these mounted in these cell frames, get them put in the cell builder, and then we'll get everything else closed up. It is. So we're at the cell builder. As I said, I've already been in, prepared this. So in all honesty, I could do a few more bees, but it's not looking too bad. Ideally you want it bubbling. So our cups go either side of a frame in the centre. And even though there's a flow on, these are going to get a feed anyway. 2 to 1 sugar syrup. I know for between 24-48 hours. We'll have some nice drawn out cells ready to go in there finish. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to cut this video short. I've literally run out of time before I need to get this edited in onto YouTube. But I'd actually rather it be a true diary of what we're up to rather than kind of an instructional episode and things like that. So tune in next week to catch up on how our grafts got on. We'll also be checking on queen introductions that we did the other week, mating Buttfast queens. So we're seeing how many of those have been accepted. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all of them. But until next time, hope the weather's picking up for you nicely and your bees are busy. And I'll see you next week. Thanks again.